Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Forrester, Hope backs down from the door after seeing Carter and Ridge embracing. Ridge helps Carter with his bleeding hand. Carter tells his friend he didn't want to do this. He didn't want it to affect their fellowship. Hope walks by and asks Ridge why he's there. He says he came to offer congratulations. She wonders, is everything good? Hope looks at Carter's injured hand and also asks Ridge, why are you then? Ridge grunts, then? In my old office. He notes that all the stuff girding them belonged to him, his pater, and his son before she got into his stylish friend's head and induced him to steal the company for her. In the design office, Brooke tells Katie she feels like a fish out of water. Katie knows it's a balancing act, trying to do the CEO job while trying to get the company back into the Forresters' hands. She can see it's really importing on her taking this position. Katie knows it's hard to keep her true intentions from Hope and Carter. They go over the jewelry launch and Katie says it was so cute to see Will agitated for Elektra. She wishes she could have enjoyed it more. Brooke agrees she was subdued. Katie says everyone was except for Hope, who was ready to celebrate. Brooke declares that Ridge should have been there for the successful launch and the two of them should be together. Brooke complains that Ridge has been there for every launch until this bone. She laments that he was forced out by Hope and Carter. Katie admits it felt different. Hope was ready to party but no bone. Differently was away from perhaps Will. Brooke smiles. He was happy for his gal. They understand Zend and Elektra not being happy as their Forresters, but Katie thinks this is getting to Carter too. She wonders what's going on with him. At the Forrester manse, Steffi's sure Brooke only cares about herself and anyone with the last name Logan. Taylor and Zen suppose it's possible she's discovering her heart. Steffi feels that's largely doubtful and tells her mama not to hold her breath for Brooke to try and move Hope. What she's doing is wrong. There would be no point. Hope is so deep into this preemption she'll no way let go. She has everything she wants and won't give up without a fight. Brooke won't turn her back on her son. Taylor thinks she can perhaps appeal to Hope's sense of decency. Steffi loves her sanguinity but Hope is a snake, and Brooke is jumping for joy right now. Zend insists she's more irritated than any of them realize. They continue to debate whether Brooke is feeling the weight of the preemption. Zend has no mistrustfulness. Steffi thinks it's just that her pater ditched her. They go over her going on with her son's inflammatory achievement and being awarded with a CEO job. Zen says morale couldn't be lower. Steffi says Brooke showed her true colors and is no longer in Ridge's life. Once alone, Steffi and Taylor comment on Hope being the only one celebrating at the company. Taylor says it's sad. Steffi wonders where Ridge went. Taylor admits she hasn't spoken to him since he left. Steffi frowns. Do you suppose he went to Forrester? Taylor isn't so sure he'd go there given he wanted to clear his head. Steffi says he detests it there now. It's the Hope and Carter show. She won't let this continue. Whether the attorneys come, however, Daphne works her magic, or Carter comes to his senses, they'll get the company back. Taylor muses, perhaps your father can get through to Carter. In Forrester's main office, Carter tells Ridge that Hope didn't get in his head. He's not brainwashed. Hope asks Ridge if he came to pick a fight. Carter still has love for him. Ridge says he has a strange way of showing it. Hope says that whether his pride will admit it or not, she knows this has been hard for him. They no way wanted him to go. Hope informs Ridge that he and Eric are welcome to return at any time, but he should know that the power structure would remain complete. Ridge snarks, oh, so I would answer to you. In the design office, Brooke and Katie agree that Carter is hard to read these days. Katie no way allowed. He'd go for a power heist. She's also surprised he's not further agitated about his success. Carter is the one who put this all in stir. Brooke says, with Hope's help Katie gawps, whoa. She asks if Brooke now agrees with Ridge and Steffi that Hope manipulated Carter. Brooke says she allowed. She was doing what was stylish but it's caused strain and division. She understands where Carter and Hope were coming from, but Ridge didn't earn to have his company taken down. At Forrester, Ridge points out his name is each over this company. He tells Hope that this is all going to blow up in their faces. Does she see the misery on Carter's face? Hope turns on Ridge for dropping her mama and turning to Taylor. Ridge doesn't agree with them stealing his company or with Brooke's part in it. Hope tells him he should be thanking them because Forrester came a poisonous plant because of him and his son. Ridge asks, "We did that?" Hope says, "Yes, you. The man who called me a whine. The man whose son throws around the word slut when we all know her once." Ridge bares his teeth and growls. Hope informs him she and her mama are through with being their goats. She brags that the jewelry launch went exceptionally well. Ridge says the jewelry launch had nothing to do with her. "You're running my family's business." Hope says he loves to lord that over them. They were formerly part of that family. She calls him out for ignoring her mama's benefactions. Ridge denies that's the case. Hope accuses him of being too insecure of a man to stand by an important woman. He's shown Brooke who he really is. Forrester is now being run by a able, kind man. His first launch was a success, and the scent line will be the same. This is the future of Forrester Creations, Ridge, and nothing and no bone. Not indeed you is going to stop it. Ridge smirks and points at Carter. "You do'n't wear the crown at each, do you? Ill-gotten earnings." With that he walks out. Once alone, Hope asks Carter if he's okay. He doesn't respond. She says, "We can't let them ruin what we have." He nods and she kisses him. Hope sheds a gash as they embrace. Over her shoulder, Carter looks miserable. In the hallway, Brooke spots Ridge and asks what he's doing there. He wonders if she'll have him arrested. She pulls him into the design office as Daphne and Zind arrive and notice. In the office, Ridge tells the Golden he'd still be there if not for her son. She reiterates that she only took the CEO position to get through to Carter, and she believes that's passing. She'll reluctantly step down if he comes back. She's trying to maintain normality around there. Ridge tells her there's nothing normal about any of this. Brooke agrees. She says the company may have changed, but she's still the same person he fell in love with. "I'm still your Logan. I'm asking you to come home. Just come back to me." Luna and Remy could blow effects up. This dangerous cooperation is sure to beget chaos. After an hassle at the Spencer Manse allows Luna and Remy to meet, it could lead to these two getting a betters with a common thing. Remy is obsessed with Elektra while Luna is fixated on Will, so a shady plan could form. Of course that would be easier if Luna were a free woman. There's a chance some legal loophole will eventually end Luna's judgment and let her out of this house arrest situation. One way or another, Luna and Remy could unite on a plot to drive Will and Elektra piecemeal. That could be the first step toward Remy and Luna getting the romantic mates they want. At least that's how they might see it. It's possible Remy and Luna could develop real passions for each other through the alliance that's in the workshop. Luna and Remy might ultimately realize they belong together, but that could produce plenitude of new problems. Remy and Luna could make quite the devious brace, especially if they fall madly in love. Luna and Remy have both done some crooked effects, so we jolt to suppose about what the two of them could negotiate as a couple. That brings us to another option if Luna and Remy bond over being rejected outlanders. Still, that could lead to them colluding against their former prepossessions and anyone differently they feel has wronged them, if Remy and Luna get romantically involved. Will and Elektra would clearly be at the top of the list for Remy, but Luna might want to go after Poppy and indeed Steffi again too. Once Luna finds out Finn is her father, she may view Steffi as an handicap to reconnecting with him. Luna might calculate on Remy's help to get relief of Steffi and exclude her biggest chain. Remy and Luna's alliance could lead to some disturbing news and unleash total mayhem down the road. Luna and Remy will have some good reasons to team up.